welcome to another episode of Nubian Kingz, 144th channel. I'm Armin Sage, and tonight I've got a guest with me, my friend of mine that works in the academy called Doris, Dr. Dorothy Anderson. Say hello, Dr. Dorothy Anderson.
Hello.
Yes, well, Dr. Dorothy Anderson, I know that you, before you became a doctor, you experienced mental health, and you went into the mental health system briefly as a patient before achieving your doctor's award of life and surgery and such. And I take my house to you, Dr. Dorothy. So you'd like to tell me what it was like, your first experience on the first time you ever went into hospital, and what you experienced going into hospital, how you felt, speaking to the nurses and being there, you know, and then getting to know everyone on the ward, and then taking their medication, actually sleeping there for months on end, because not a lot of people actually know what it's like. And me myself, I know what it's like to be have mental illness in it, and be a mental health patient and go through the mental health system multiple times. And on my journey, I find that what helped me to move away from mental health and maintain a healthy mind was my livelihood, and my physical health and my sleep. And I worked on those three aspects, and after working on those three aspects, you know, I found that I began to think clearer, and my mind was in a healthier state of being, and I was able to conversate better and express myself to high standards, and achieve knowledge and wisdoms and books, and write books and do all sorts of stuff, you know, to keep myself active, as well as physically training my body, you know. And I find that just little things that we do can help our mental health greatly, because our minds are afflicted as mental health patients. We are people that have been through trauma, been through problems in the past, whether it's alcohol abuse or drug abuse or physical abuse. We've been through some sort of trauma, most of us, and some sort of dark experience that led us to come down that path. However, it's not all rainbows being in the mental health. There is a darker side to the mental health, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But I just want to ask you, Doris, one more time, what was it like your first time on the ward in the mental health hospital? You ever came in there? What did you feel and experience?
I never really went to hospital. I started when I was born. I was born in Tuesday, and I think the very first time I remember was actually visiting the same hospital on appointments and stuff, things like that. And I really remember when I was about 19, I went to our IB lessons, and it was very helpful. And my mum attended to, we did all sorts of arts and crafts, cooking, you know, breakfast. There was actually cubicles where you could sleep, and they were very funny. There's curtains and doors, you know, an open front where you would come out of it.
And I remember that everyone would sort of sleep on the same sort of space, innit? They had the little curtains to separate each bed, innit? I remember when it was like that.
It was fun, it was lovely.
It was like some sort of sleepover, innit? Some sort of sleepover with some massive sleep. It was like some massive sleepover. I remember being on the ward at night time, and there's enough beds, and I'm trying to make myself my way to the toilet, and it's the first time I'm on the ward. And just to navigate through all them curtains to get. It was like the labyrinth or something. Yeah. I remember some funny times in hospital, man, from back in the day. Like I've been, obviously I've been in the mental health since I was young, since I was about 19, 18. And so that's a long time ago. So I do remember what it was like back in the day. Not as far back as some of the other people, mental health patients, can remember. But I do just barely remember them days. And then it changed briefly when I went after I became a patient. But yeah, I remember when I was younger, I was getting into lots of problems, selling drugs, taking drugs, getting into lots of fights, getting arrested as well, you know, and hanging around with the wrong crowds, you know, sort of thing. And what I found was that one day I got to a point where all of the mess that I'd been making and all the stuff that I'd been doing in life, you know, just got to a point where it was too much for me. And I think I also smoked some weed, and this weed that I smoked, someone that definitely done some juju to it, some sort of tampering with it, because the way it mashed me up, the weed, and I smoked it, and it's the thing, it fucked me up. I started to swear, but I had to swear, it mashed me up. And then, got a long story short, I ended up going to hospital for the first time, and I remember being in the ambulance on my way to hospital, thinking, oh, what am I going to do with my belongings? Have I got enough clothes to wear? What it's going to be like on the ward? How long will I have to stay there? Will I get fed? Will there be food there? How am I going to eat? I remember thinking all these things. And plus my other thoughts that I had circulated around me, like, for instance, my illnesses that I hear voices, which now later in life I've grown wiser and more knowledgeable. I'm starting to realise that it's not voices I'm hearing, it's telepathy. So that's another thing I would like to talk about as well, the fact that I've been taking medication for all these years for an illness that doesn't exist. And these doctors know it as well. They know that I'm not mentally ill, and that they're giving me medication for an illness that doesn't exist. This is why you can't come into the mental health. They will trick you and dope you up. Before you know, you'll be trapped in some sort of mental health matrix, where you'll be lobotomized and living in that matrix. That's where we all are right now. So anyway, I tried to add that quickly in that little chairman. But yeah, so I remember going onto the ward for the first time and feeling to myself that this is weird, man. Like, I'm gonna be away from home for the first time in a long time, and they will say that I might have to be there for 6 months, anything from 3 to 6 months. And I remember that they said, well, you're putting you in a section. They gave me the piece of paper, that thing that said about your rights and all this stuff, and I thought to myself, what the fuck is this? Am I in prison or something? I thought, am I in prison or something? Why they give me this piece of paper saying you have all these rights, like saying, oh yeah, you can see a doctor, you can get a discharge and all this stuff. And all that is just fucking, it's just bullshit to let you know that you're basically there, you belong to them now. Like, you can't fucking do something. But anyway, so I remember sitting on the wall for the first day, and I went straight to my room, innit? And as I'm walking on the wall now, I'm clocking like he's on the wall, innit? So I'm looking left and right, looking around the wall just to see who I can see. And I'm seeing it's all peaceful at first when I first come on the wall, innit? It's peaceful as hell, I'm not gonna lie. I can hear a whistle. And the next minute now, all I hear is, fuck off, you can. You're blocking the airways. And then another person shout out. Then I heard another person start shouting out, talking to himself. And there was another person screaming. They did about did I get to my room? And I heard all of that. That's just coming in on the intro. And I get into the ward now. I'm in my room and it's nice and peaceful at first. And then 5 minutes later, the alarm goes off. Some sort of alarm system that they have, and saying that there's a fight on another ward or something like that. So all the nurses, I see them rushing out of the ward to go to the other ward to to help, they'll support them because they got a lack of staff there or something like that. You just see that a lot there. Like, the people in mental health know about what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about with that one. But a lot of people don't know these sort of things. And it can be survival of the fittest in the mental health. Many times, especially on the forensic wards or the maximum secure or high secure wards, it can be life or death situations. There's times where people are going to test you. A lot of the time, people are going to test you. And don't think that the staff, they love it. They love it. They'll sit there and let you fight them for a little bit and watch you lot fight each other. They love watching a fight there. Like, don't think that anyone's coming to help you right away. No one's coming to help you. No one's going to hear your screams. They watch you, they know. But they'll let certain things happen in there. That's what they're like. But we've got to do in them places just get hench and exercise, and then people will just leave you alone generally in them sort of places there. You may get tested once in a while, but you just mash them up in it. When I was in there, I held my own in it. No one can ever say they achieved me in that place, well, ever, man. But that's the next thing. But yeah, I remember just feeling out of place and feeling like, oh, what's going on here? And I remember that just as Dorothy was saying, that there was all these cubicles and little sections where people were sleeping in beds. And so I cut a long story short, I slept there the night. I slept there the night. That was my first night. In the morning it was very pleasant though. I remember that the staff woke me up and I was like, oh, what's up? Like, you know, when you wake up, you're just a bit surprised to see yourself in a new place. I was like, oh, where am I? And I realized where I was. And I said, I could smell this nice cooking smell, some nice food smell coming from nowhere. I was like, where's it coming from? And someone said, it's lunchtime, innit? I said, what, lunchtime? I said, yeah, you come and get some lunch. That's what the staff said. I went up to the thing. My God, if you ever saw the food that they had there, nice selection of food, macaroni, cheese, pizza, chips, burgers, all sorts of the stuff they had in there on the and there. It was all free. And I just got a big plate of food. They said, 1 second, come and get another big plate. This is my third, I'm gonna get a third one. They had enough food in there. And so it's one of them places, if you are mentally drained or you're feeling unwell, you're not feeling 100% great, your thoughts are racing, and you can't control them, or you have a drug addiction as well. That's another reason why you can go in there, because you will be clean up a drug scandal there as well. But there's loads of reasons why you can go there that will benefit you. And the things that you don't really hear about with the mental health. The mental health is, I have mixed emotions about them because they can be very helpful and supportive when they want to be, but they can also be sly and corrupt and cheeky at times. So you have to be on your toes when you're under their care, and when you're dealing with them, and use discernment. If you don't use discernment, they'll take you for an idiot, and next thing you know, they'll be controlling you like a puppet. So you've got to be very careful with how you, with these people, and how you step with it. And you've got to be very affirmative and clearly tell them what it is you want out of your situation with them, connection with them. And don't let them dictate and control you, because they are very manipulative, staff members of the mental health. And they can be very controlling at times. And there are times where their staff will get violent with you and attack patients for no reason, or assault patients, or even oppress patients. When I was in there one time. I did about 2 7-year, 2 sets of 7 years in there, and in the high forensic wards across London, and the maximum secure mental health wards as well. And that's the things that I've seen. I don't think a lot of people have the chance to see those sort of things to do with the mental health, because I've seen brilliant hospitals from some of the best hospitals you could ever think of being, but everything is like a dream in there. I'm telling you, to some of the worst hospitals you could ever be in. And on my journey, I found that, you know what, It's about staying out of hospital. You get to a point where you no longer want to go back to hospital no more. After a while, you feel like you've outgrown that place. I'm not saying that I'm grateful. You're not ungrateful for what they done. You just outgrown them. There's no further stuff you can do to go with them. Use what they taught you and all the blockages that they put on you to help yourself stay well and maintain a healthy life in life, where you're living a peaceful life in coexistence with everyone around you and yourself. You can't go around hurting people because you suddenly feel a bit unwell, or hurting people because you feel like you're hearing voices, or hurting people because you heard a voice in your head or you hallucinated or something. You got to use discernment. Always have your intelligence with you. Don't let your mental illness outweigh your intelligence. Use logic and use good judgment when it comes to your mental illness. If you're feeling mentally ill, use logic and good judgment. Try not to act on your emotions. The thing is, everything that we do, they try to get us emotions. And one of them was emotions that they try to get us towards is fear. They lead us to a lot of emotions that binge us on emotional binges. So at the end of all the emotions that we've been through, the last emotions that we're feeling is either sadness or fear. They love sad energy and they love fear energy. These demons. So, this is another thing that I wanted to talk about. A lot of the illnesses that we suffer from are just different demons on our case. Different demons that have been assigned to us to cause us them mental stresses or them thought patterns. And things that we do during our day-to-day living can affect massively our mind state and our energy. Because we're like massive computers. And people download and stuff to us. Every time we touch someone's hand, that downloads something into our body, into our mind. Every time we touch the wall, that downloads something into our body. Every time we touch water, that downloads whatever's in the water into our body. Every time we touch the floor, or whatever we touch or whatever's around us, we absorb information, So you've got to be very conscious and very careful of what it is that you absorb into yourself. It's food or smokes or whatever it is that you're taking every day or doing day to day. You've got to be very careful what you absorb into yourself. And I find that along my journey, what helped me to cleanse myself of certain issues was that I would stop watching TV. I haven't watched really television in a long time. I've had Sky TV, cable, all of that, and I don't really watch none of it. So what I actually did was create my own programs on my computer, using all the stuff that I watch on YouTube and on other channels and creating them into files to my own entertainment. So I have my own entertainment software filled with knowledge, music, all sorts of different topics and stuff, like thousands of different topics and stuff. And I watch my own programs off of that, which is a clever thing to do. So if you're feeling a bit depressed or you're feeling a bit down, get yourself a laptop. Get yourself a nice TV and a sound system and a hard drive. Some sort of hard drive as well. Like, buy some stuff for yourself. Be kind to yourself. You know what I mean? Half of you, when you don't get paid, you've got nothing to show for it. At the end of the day, and sometimes you've got to admit it's not always because of bills. Sometimes it's just because you spend it on silly things. You just check the money that you got and say, you know what is it that I want, that I need for my place, that I would like. And just put some money towards it. You can't afford it right away and buy it. I'm not saying material things make you happy, they don't all the time, but they can do sometimes. And sometimes some of these material things are blessings that God wants to give you. So there's loads of blessings that God will give you if you believe in Him. And even if you don't believe in Him, there's still blessings for you anyway. You know what I mean? Just get blessed in a different form. But you'll find that a lot of the blessings that you have for you and the reasons why you're feeling ill are due to some sort of sin, am I right? Some sort of sin that you committed that led you to get unwell. So what I'm saying to you is, if you stop sinning, a lot of your mental illness problems will be over as well. You'll be able to maintain a healthy mind. Sometimes it can be what you intake in yourself, what you inhale, what you breathe, what you adopt, ways you adopt, and things that you intake into yourself, which can cause you to feel the way you feel. So you've got to be very mindful of the fact that you're an absorbing being. You absorb information through people, through devices, through your sight, through your ears, through everything that you touch, feel, taste, and sound, and hear, and see. So you've got to realize all that information goes into you, helps to shape you, and it has a form of character light to it as well. Let's talk about that. Different lights of different energy beings. Because some beings have lighter colour tints to them, some beings have darker colour tints to them. You can generally tell a being's mind state by the colour. If you can't see the colours, you can tell by the feeling. And if you're around someone and you get a bad feeling around that person, yeah, that's usually because they got a darker kind of aura to them, or dark energy to them that you're picking up on. That's harmful to you, so that's why you're feeling that shift in energies. So one thing you have to be mindful that you go through when you're a mental health patient. You're going to go through times where you're going to be feeling energies, because a lot of mental health patients are very empathetic, with a lot of empathy, and a lot of telepathy, and very telepathic, and empathic as well, and kinetic, and all of these things, all of the ticks in it. But so a lot of mental health patients are very gifted individuals. The people that have some higher mental capabilities, or some sort of ability, and are just learning how to use those abilities. And we find that a lot of people that are born in March, or around March period, tend to be in the mental health, or around December, because those are the people that, or July, March, and December, because those are the times when the energy is at its peak. And autumn, the energy is weaker when it dies. And December, it goes to cold energy. But yeah, so joining points the energy is stronger, so you're gonna experience more different stuff in them times. But yeah, man, you just gotta stay aware of the fact that there are things that are gonna drain your energy. There are people that are gonna drain your energy, loved ones, all sorts of people, friends, family, day-to-day people that you meet in life are gonna drain your energy. You gotta keep yourself around people that are positive, that have good energy, good vibes to them, that don't have some sort of dead energy around them, or some sort of off-key energy that you never really felt, or wasn't really feeling, so you gotta just be aware of how the energies that you keep around you, because some people will mess up your energy. But so I've been also into the darker side of the mental health as well. I'm talking about the forensic wards. They don't teach you about this when you first come into the mental health. You think it's all fun and games, isn't it? When you go there, and you can just keep on going there, and when you're there, you can take the piss or break this, or attack this person and this and that, and do just anything you like when you're there. You're wrong. When you're there, there's certain things you have to. The best thing to do is just behave yourself and just get well. Just sleep, don't say a word to no one, say hello, good morning, goodbye, and just speak to the doctors. That's the best you can do when you go in there. Just be solo, just be quiet, be low key when you go on the ward. Don't speak to nobody. You know what I mean? When you go out for a smoke, don't go flashing the cigarettes outside or talking to people all happily out there, because they'll tap you for it. Just go out there, have a smoke quietly, and come back in quietly. And I don't think you can smoke there no more. That's the thing. You can't even smoke now. I think you can smoke vapes and all this stuff. So when you go there, you're going to be smoking these fucking vapes that are going to be fucking up your chest the whole time you're there. You're going to want it to get off the wards and smoke, and in the end, you're not going to want to be there. It's not the same as it was once before. And now they got food there that isn't even real. Let's talk about that. Last time I was there, they was giving food out there that's clearly not real food. I don't know what kind of food. It was like some genetically fake food. And they was testing it on the mental health patients in there, giving us fake food. It was fucking me up, giving me bare illnesses. And when you're on the forensic wards, all you got is yourself. There's no one there for you. No one there to hear your screams. No one there to hear your cries. So you gotta be all in or nothing once you get in the forensic ward. The shit gets real there. People will dash oil and water if they stab you in there. You can lose your life in there if you're not careful. So the shit gets real, man. And on the wards, I think you stay there for minimum like 5 years. Then you can get out. You can. Some people do go free, but those are the people that fucking doing blowjobs or something. The gay guys doing blowjobs for the doctors or something. Like, I don't know what they fucking did to get out of there, but so quick, man. It's like they weren't a real. I don't think those are real patients. If you're not out there, at least if you're not in there for at least 5 years, you're not a real patient. You're just a fucking doctor in disguise. A doctor in disguise. But yeah, man. So I've seen the nurses go fuckeries in there. Let's talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about that. I've seen the nurses go on so fuckeries. Take away a man's smoke break every fucking minute. Not let him have smokes for weeks. Not let him come to the canteen and get anything to eat. The exact same thing that they do in prison, they do it in the mental health. They'll stop you from going to the canteen to eat. If you do minor stuff, even if you're not violent, they'll stop you from going to the canteen to eat. They got minimal stuff, to actually therapeutic stuff in the ward to fucking get you actually well. You come in there because you're unwell, and they got nothing to get you well. And I think that recently, over this time, they only just got Sky TV. So now they got Sky TV and you can't even have a fucking smoke by watching Sky TV. So you're gonna go crazy and then slowly, and you're gonna go nuts. And you're gonna pull a mad one. A lot of you are gonna pull mad ones when you realise that you can't smoke in there. And it's like a jail to get it in. You niggas that can't control yourself, you brothers that can't control yourself, you're gonna go nuts in there, man. You realise you can't smoke and you're there for a year section or 6 month section, and they keep on renewing it every year. Or they put you in a section 36, 37, section 3, 37 or whatever they are, 47. Which means that you have to go to the MOG to get to leave. A lot of prisoners come into the mental health. The clever prisoners, they don't actually go into the mental health because it's a way for them to get off the stresses of jail. So a lot of them will go into the mental health just for easier time. But sometimes if they want, they can be fuckeries. They can stop your time. They can stop your time when you go into the mental health. And make you redo the time when you leave, or sometimes they can give you the time pass when you go to the mental health if you're lucky. So when you're in there, it counts as time being locked up. But yeah, so there's all different things to take into account as well. So you can't just do what you want there because they will pin you down and inject your back. They won't do that to me because they have to. Man like me, they have to ask me to come to the seclusion room, innit? When I was younger, they didn't have to ask me, they used to just force me. When I got older, I just made them start asking me, and I used to fight them and bust them up so much that in the end they had to fucking ask me, please Armand, will you please come to the seclusion room? I tell them I think about it, and I never used to go. And it's been like that ever since. But yeah, man, so yeah, don't think they won't gang up on your ass. They try and get you into the seclusion room. First they inject you, give you that liquid crush, and knocks you out for 3 days, 3 nights. Puts you to sleep for 3 days, 3 nights. And while you're like that, they get your body in a fucking, into a flipping cryo prison. And then lock you into some different part of the matrix, so they can control and affect you. But yeah, man. The mental health, man. can be good, but they can be crafty as well. A lot of the doctors and nurses, the community doctors and nurses, I've seen them spying on me and heard them spying on me on days when it's nothing to do with my medication. Just sitting there watching my movements, looking at the stuff that I'm doing on my phone, looking at the stuff that I'm doing while in my yard, reporting back to their mental health teams, superiors, what I'm doing. A lot of fucking crafty stuff happens with them, man. I see them go to my neighbours and work with my neighbours to try and fuck me up. I've seen a lot of corruption, man. And if you know my story to do with the mental health, you know that the mental health flipping abuse me. They abuse me, man. They abuse me. And one day we're gonna have a reconciliation. We're gonna have a reconciliation. And I want an apology at the end of it. Also a fucking truckload of money. An apology and a truckload of money that's just coming at the end of that situation for me, man. You better believe that, man. If I'm just gonna leave quietly, nah, man. They're paying me for the fucking meds you put in my body, man. Every time you pump me with meds, that's 2 million, that's 2 billion. £2 billion every time you pump me with meds. I want my money, man, man. I want my fucking money, man. Just putting your needle in my skin without my permission. That's 2 billion. How many times you done that? No, you do you now, man. You have big fucking money, don't you fucking brats. Slap every single one in your fucking building, man. If you're a building, just slap everyone in the face, man. Sorry about that, man. I thought I was got a bit emotional. Said, whoo, oh, you never heard that. Oh, I'm mad. Woo, got a bit emotional there. I think we need to cut a little break, man.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Oh my god. Do you like it?
Sorry, man. Let's take a little break, man. I was wilding out there, man. I got a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to the mental health, man. These motherfuckers, man, try to fuck me over, man. On plenty of occasions. But they have been very helpful as well at the same time, so. It's just how long you dabble with them. If you end up spending a lot of time with them, you know, and letting them get to know you too much. When you go there, they're gonna send psychiatrists to interview to see what your mind state's like. And when they're there, they're very psychic. They're interviewers. They're not just writing down stuff. They're connecting to your mind, and they're looking into your mind to see through different windows and loopholes to see how you think or how you experience certain things. And they'll ask you something, and then they'll go into your mind to see how it happens. So you've got to be very mindful of what you say to these people, because you let off too much information against them about yourself, and they start using it against you after a while. So try to keep conversation minimal when you're around them or engage with them. That's my best advice to you. And they will give you medication that will help your mental illness. There's no doubt about that. If you find the right medication for yourself, you'll be alright. But you've got to be very mindful of the medication, because sometimes after a while it can take its toll on you. So if you need to take breaks on the medication, just tell them you need to take a break for a little while. And then as long as you're not under no section, there's nothing they can do about that. Even if you didn't want to take the medication at all. That's another thing. If you're not under no section, they can't force you to take any medication. It doesn't matter what they say to you. If you're not under the section, you don't have to take medication. But if you are sectioned, you have to comply to the medication of that section. So, and the only reason they can section you is if you're a danger to the public, a danger to yourself, or you're going to be a danger. They know that you're going to definitely do something. So as long as you stay calm and you're always in a good mood and you're unwell, and just get a lot of sleep and eat good food, you can heal yourself when you're home. How many times have you felt bad in your home and stuck it through, not gone to hospital or whatever, or not went for help, and suddenly you felt better? These are bad phases we go through due to the house demons that live among us. The house demons that live among us, they're the ones that affect our mind state and our moods and our emotions, if we have any, while we're at home. And they will do things to fuck with you. So you got to be very protective, and there's a lot of spiritual warfare happening at the moment, which is leading to a lot of mental illness, and a lot of stuff that's happening out there. The demons that are pushing these things that are causing mental illness among us. So you got to be careful, man. Just protect yourself out there, you know, and make sure that you always stay one step ahead of these demons, man. Stay one step ahead of them, man. You know, or even 1,000 steps. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. But yeah, man, I want you to know out there, the mental health can help you, but it's something that if you are thinking of joining the mental health or going into the mental health services, I don't know what it's like in America. I heard it's abysmal out there, so I'm not doing this for you lot. Well, yeah, this is partly for you lot as well, but yeah, so I think that when it gets after years of being a mental health patient, you start to know your illness, you know yourself better, you know when things are affecting you, when you're going through depression, or when you're upset, or when you're happy. You generally know your mood state a lot better, clearer as you get older. So you start to find that your mental health becomes easier to deal with. Well, for me anyway, I find that. Because I've been through so much problem, so much torment and oppression, I'm immune to it now. It don't affect me. You can stab me, shoot me, do anything you want to me spiritually. I'll still be here the next day. But trust me, believe that. Because I've been through it all. There's nothing that I ain't been through. Nothing that surprises me anymore. No betrayal that surprises me. A lot of these mental health patients that become mental health patients, the worst ones are the ones that come in there from betrayal. Being betrayed by loved ones or people that they cared about. And that happens to a lot of people. And that can send you crazy. That's the killer one there, the one that you got. The best way to beat that situation is to just separate yourself. Separate yourself from your family, separate yourself from anyone. So have a long period of segregation to yourself. Go inwards, have minimal contact with people, have minimal contact outside, and just go inwards and draw all the answers into you. From everything, to draw the whole of space or universe into your one place. And keep on drawing information in and storing it. Whilst training your body, training your mind as well. And exercising, eating, living healthy and good, you know. Catching up on your sleep during the day and at night. Have a healthy mind and a healthy mind and body. And also a healthy environment. If you're in a place that's untidy all the time, or you got mess everywhere, or you got loads of mess in the kitchen or whatever, just say, you know what, fuck this. And we just go get some bleach, some Dettol, some cleaning products and clean up the yard. Spring clean everything, make sure the whole yard's looking spanking. And watch how good you feel mentally after you're living in a clean space. These are little things you can do to just help your mental illness, you know. It will help you massively. And so my place is getting a bit untidy, so I do need to clean up. So I'm probably going to clean up at some point this week or something. So probably tomorrow or the day after I'll clean up. But yeah, having a clean place is crucial to good mental health and well-being. And what we've got to realise, as I was saying earlier, with the different energies that we absorb, we're energy absorbing beings, is that we have to be careful what we intake in ourselves during the day. So take a little bit of time during the day to listen to some peaceful music, to listen to some relaxation music, whether it be flute music, jazz, R&B, soul. Bamboo flute music, water music, anything. Or even just silence, complete silence. And take time to feel that, close your eyes and take time to feel the energies around you. And feel whether the energy feels positive or negative around you. And within your head as well. And if it feels negative within you, change your mind state. If it feels negative in your environment, change your sound. The sound that you're playing. And watch your sound. The sound can change the whole environment around you. You can change the whole environment through the sound frequency. Sounds are so powerful. Even just playing it quietly in your room, you don't know what that does around you, frequency wise. And if you carry a certain frequency and you walk around, people will notice you. And this is the thing why I draw a lot of dark characters, because my frequency is very light. I've got a very bright frequency. So I draw a lot of darkness to me. A lot of dark people are drawn to me. And it always has been like that. And plus I'm a seventh son in my family. I'm a seventh son. So I can see the supernatural and stuff like that anyway. But being a Piscean and being highly telepathic and empathetic as well to people, with everything around me, I get very emotional. And the emotions that I pick up are generally other people's emotions. And sometimes when I pick up on other people's emotions, it can affect my mind state. So I have to be very careful about emotions that I let into my body and energies that I let into me, to keep my mind state healthy. And a lot of people have to be aware of that fact. So it's all about positive energy and the word peace. Keep on using the word peace in your life and watch how peaceful your life becomes. Keep on speaking the word peaceful wish peace on everyone around you. Wish peace on everyone around you. And watch peace come back to you. This is what I'm doing. My new word is peace. I keep on wishing peace on everyone. I want peace for myself. And I don't care how many gates of hell I have to go through, how many labyrinths I have to go through, how many enchanted forests I have to go through, how many blazing hot deserts I have to cross, how many oceans I have to cross, how many planets I have to go to, how many cosmos I have to see, how many galaxies I have to visit. I will attain peace for my kingdom, and that is what I'm here to do. I'm here to educate and enlighten, and to grow myself as well, stronger and mentally and physically, and excel past the bindings and boundaries of this matrix universe I'm living. It's meant to be completed. It's an obstacle course, and we're the last ones left still doing the course. And I become more than worthy to become a god. And it's my time to shine, and I want to say to all the young gods and goddesses out there, and you fucking little hoe-ass demons as well, black ones I'm talking to, our people, time to elevate your mind, let's grow, man. You know what I mean? Part of your mind, my people like me's mind state is like this. I'm talking about black mental health patients now, let's talk about black mental health patients. This is why my mindset is like this, because I can't even go to certain neighborhoods. This postcode warfare shit is fucking us black people up. We need to take this shit off of our heads so we can move away. How can we be free if we fucking enslaving ourselves? You know, when we do this postcode warfare shit, all we're doing is enslaving ourselves to the fucking area that we live in. How are we gonna be free if we enslaving ourselves with our own fucking rules, G? The fuck is wrong with you niggas, man? Wake up, man. Wake up on them. Yeah, sleep. Yeah, dream. Wake on the ass up now, man. Yeah, talk to idiot, boy. About postcode warfare, you batty, boy. Shoot in your face if you ever talk to me about what you're doing in this area, yeah. Anyway, take the postcode warfare shit off, and then we'll be more free that way. And to do that, you need to be peaceful among each other. I'm not saying kiss each other's ass, but get along with each other enough where you're not going to attack each other. You know what I mean? And be civilized among our people. And then maybe one day you might be able to beat the situation that we're in. Unity is the first step. We can't even do that. Let's try and achieve that, innit? And then we put a system in place afterwards. But yeah, man, make sure you stay well, man, because a lot of black people, their mental health is because they couldn't even leave the area, where they found themselves getting so oppressed by the police and going in and out of prison from a young age, to Feltham, Heineken, whatever the fuck, prison from all over the world, that corrupted them. They become lost in the system, children that are lost in the system, that are out there working for the beast, because they was picked up from the beast from a young age, because you niggas didn't care about your kids enough to fucking stop the beast from raising it. This is why I want to raise my kids. Wherever you are, children that look my children, come to me, innit? Daddy wants to speak to you, innit? Daddy wants to raise you, educate you, and protect you, and give you fucking lots of money, and lots of women, lots of men, lots of cars, lots of houses, lots of trainers. Daddy wants to spoil you and educate you as well, turn you into a fine young lady and a fine young man, highly wise and strong and powerful and gifted, that you already are. But I want to bring that out in you the best. So please, children, come to daddy and don't end up like me. You'll get mentally ill if you ain't got daddy there to look after you. A lot of people, black people that come into the mental health, it's also because they never had a father growing up. Do you know what it's like growing up with just a mother? You know what I mean? Having your pops there. Nothing you white kids are lucky because your dads are there. Your dads are there for you from when you're young. But 99%, 98% of black kids grow up without a dad. Did you know that? we gotta do something about this, man. I already done said I want to be a father, innit? I want to be a father, but a million things are stopping me from being one. I can't even contact my kids, my children. Because their baby mothers, the baby mothers are just on some weird shit, man. But you know what? It's me, innit? That's my life, innit? That's my life. Your life may be different. If you got access to your children, go see your children. That will improve your mental health. There's loads of different things we can do to improve our mental health, you know. And having access to our children when we got them is one of them. So if you're a woman and you got children with someone that's got mental illness, let them see their child. It will help improve their mental illness massively. Some men are even devastated in the first place. They come into their mental health because they lost their family when they was younger. They lost their family, the chance to be a dad, or even a mother. Let's flip it around. It's always just the father. Sometimes the mother lost their kids, and never got the chance to look after their kids, and it can mess up a lot of women doing that. A lot of women come to the mental health because of those reasons. So, giving people the right to see their kids is one of them. And also, I just wanted to ask Dr. Dorothy Anderson just one more thing, Doris. What I wanted to ask you was here. Is that how did you manage to cope with your illness? What things did you have to do to cope with your illness from day to day? And how much did you grow from being in the mental health and just evolve to a point where you're being able to maintain a healthy mind? How did you get to that point?
Well, I was diagnosed at a young age. I was diagnosed at a young age with mild schizophrenia. I had it in my teens, it was really chronic. And as I got older, it got milder. So it was mild diagnosed excuse me.
You know what, have some water. Fresh water.
They diagnosed me with mild schizophrenia, going to my 20s, that type of age. And yeah, I've just been like, you know, practically bearing out. It's not been easy for me. Mental health, I mean mind also helped me greatly. My mum passed on when I was about 25, and I was still going to mind dating at that time. It was called Hazelwell Road. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Mind. It was Garrett Lane, and yeah, they've helped me greatly. Going through a bereavement is not easy. And yeah, they were good to me, and I was a day sentence too. It was hard. I kept on going. Every morning I'd wake and think, at this time point, I'd be in my old house. And I just kind of, you know, I wake every morning and think, and then at night, and so I was in my family after the death of my mum coming over to England. Yeah, it was not easy, and I'd see things, I'd hear noises, and I practically just stayed in throughout all the seasons. I don't know why, but I felt a cold shoulder from a lot of people, and it was hard for me all the way my life. Cut a long story short, but you know, as I met you and Ryan, and I'm practically much happier than I was all throughout my life. And it's a funny thing. As a child, I was always very happy. I was a happy child, but when you get older, it's not so, you know, it's different.
How do you feel like, how do you feel better when you're in hospital, or do you feel better when you're at home at peace in your flat?
I think I feel better when I'm at home at peace in my flat. I know the hospital is there to help people, but it's not my kind of thing. It's exciting when you're younger, but it's like as you get older and you come into them sort of places, it's just out of your comfort zone. It's not comfortable enough. That's what I really think it is. It's not comfortable enough. Let's talk about the truth now. It's not comfortable enough on the ward. So that's why so many people that you know, don't want to go back to the sort of places because it wasn't comfortable enough. And there was a lack of activities and things to do that are therapeutic. That you shouldn't have to ask them to do someone to come on the ward and do like a music therapy session. They should just be playing therapeutic music throughout the whole building during the day. You think they'd have that like speakers all around the building playing some sort of peaceful music? Like that would be a start. When you go on the ward, having peaceful music played on the whole ward and through speakers, and also probably they dim the lights a little bit. It's so bright in there, you can't even focus, man. Sometimes the lights overwhelm you. When you're in there for months or years on end, the lights in there start to affect you, and also your breathing because the air gets stale on the ward. You gotta breathe in the same people's air for fucking years. And you end up suffocating sometimes in the places. The windows are so, you're mental health places, but you're not animals. Like, if you see the windows that they got in them places, how are you supposed to get well if you can't breathe fresh air? Now, there's not enough air coming in the building. I don't understand why. There's no air coming in the building, in the mental health building. Then you think they'll leave the windows open. Patients will get fresh air, they'll get better. How are they going to get better if there's no fucking windows in the ward? So that's another thing. You go on the ward, there's no windows there, and you suffocate at times, especially during the summertime. Then you got a load of nurses from, let's say, Africa or whatever countries that work there. Just sometimes in a foul mood, looking for a reason just to attack you viciously. And some of them will attack you. The nurses in there can be terrible. Some of them, they can be terrible. I mean, I've experienced some bad things, man. I've experienced some bad things, man. And one of them things was I think it was a time when I was very young and I went in there, and there was a staff member, and there's a staff member, and I must have caught him doing something gay in it, and then you know what he tried to do? When I was sleeping, he grabbed me in the headlock. He tried to pull me off of the bed and attack me in it. He tried to get me when I was sleeping in it. I was passing and pulling on my back, man, and I caught him doing something gay. But to cut a long story short, we did, in the end I got him back, but I'm not going to say how I got him back. I got him back for that, man. I got him back for that. I got him back in the most, oh man, I don't want to say what happened, man. He knows what happened. He knows what it was, and he knows it was me. Yeah, man, so anyway, cut a long story short, though, sorry about that. Woo!
Get carried away again. Might have to take another break, man. Nah, we're gonna take a break. Nah, we're not gonna take a break. We got it in, man. We got it in. So Doris. Can I call you Doris? It's Doris, isn't it? But people, you are known as Dr. Dorothy,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Dr. Dorothy. What's the worst experience you ever got treated by the mental health while being in hospital?
I can't remember. It's vague in my mind right now. I can't remember. So I was very, very young. As I can recall, actually, I was very young at the time, and I don't know, people were very, very good to me around me. If I was young, or how person I was, or my personality, I don't know. And they managed to get onto my sickness. And I was in hospital as I was very young, and it was through my CPN. There are some, dedicated good staff in the hospital that are very patient and kind.
You sound like you're getting paid to say that, though. Like you got paid to say that. How much do they pay you to say that?
I was just recording things in my mind like I usually do to myself in my flat when I'm in the tranquil,
So it was just some wonderland every time we went to hospital, there was nothing wrong that happened.
There was a lot of things that did happen, I must admit.
What was the worst thing that happened?
But I think remember, I think when I ran away.
What's the bad thing that you've seen something happen to someone in there? What's the worst thing you've seen happen to someone in there that really thought, oh, that was bad, the nurses shouldn't have done that?
I think when I see in the hospital someone very ill, and my heart goes out because we just don't understand you're under the power of staff, workers as such, mental health workers as such. So I think I did see someone get bullied by a lot of staff, and the person obviously looked very ill from it, it gets worse. And that is something, and when you can't find yourself to be able to do anything about it, or help in any way, for what reason you have to be in there yourself, it's not very nice.
And what did you see them doing to the person?
I think they were just bullying the person was not well, and they practically just took the person for granted, Because the person was there in hospital for a reason, as such, or illness or one thing or another, they just took the person for granted and bullied that person, Well, certain type of bullying. And not only that, but they don't only bully bad people, they bully the good people too. And that's why a lot of these people we don't see because they've been in a hospital and they've been through a lot of things, and to come out, it's the best thing ever. That's why you don't see a lot of good people, because they get bullied too.
Most of the intelligent people, when they go into hospital, they never go back again. Or they only go back on their terms. They create the terms and they go back on them terms and they stick to the terms that they agreed to. I mean, it's always better if you are going to go to hospital until you do have to go, to book in a bed in advance and tell them that you want to stay for a couple of weeks or for a month or two, just to get your mind straight. And while you're there, just get as much sleep as you can and eat as much food as you can and order as much takeaway as you can. And make sure you got money for a cab back home and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. That's all the best thing I can say to you. And make sure you got someone that can bring you your stuff in there and do errands for you while you're in there. because you're going to need stuff while you're in there. And you may need to get stuff brought to you. So you're going to need reliable family members and good family members to help you with that sort of thing. But yeah, sorry, I just had some memoirs in my head, man. I know when you have flashbacks of events in the past. I just had flashbacks of being in the hospital and like my stepdad Brian bringing me like tons of food, man, and shopping and stuff. Shout out to Brian, man. Thank you for that, man. If I didn't get that food, I would have went crazy. Man. The food was terrible, man. Yeah, so I mean, support is everything. You gotta make if you got good support when you're in hospital, you can survive in hospital and you can go through the mental health system safely. Without good support, you're gonna fuck up, man, and you're gonna go insane. And you're gonna be controlled like a puppet in the end. So you gotta be very cautious when you move through the mental health. And you also got to have a goal. Your goal should be off medication no matter what is wrong with you, or to be on some minimal amount of medication with minimal interaction with them, using the tips and tools and techniques that they taught you to maintain a healthy mind. Because they will teach you stuff in there. There are courses and lots of things you can do for the mental health nowadays. Their facilities are excellent there. So there are lots of things you can do in order to achieve the goals you want to achieve within the mental health. There are the tools there. Well, it's just unfortunately some individuals that work there, some of them that are corrupted, they don't always take have your best interests at heart. But there are people there that will help you and that do have your best interests at heart and that are very kind-hearted there. And there are a lot of help and supporters to do with the mental health, like the League of Friends and all these other groups that have been supporters of the mental health from a long time. And there are a lot of charities that work with them to help support us in there. And I've witnessed some of them, and I've seen some gospel ones and all sorts of charities come over and help us. So take my health to the mental health. They can be very helpful and they are good people, and I do recommend that if you do suffer with some sort of illness, a real illness, that you should go through to them. For me, I suffer with telepathy, so soon I'm going to be taking tablets for that. But yeah, man, so I'd just like to say there is a bright side to me being in the mental health, and that is that I've been through all the different stages of the mental health, from an inpatient, voluntary patient, on sections, blah blah blah, 6-month sections. I spent decades in the hospital before. I've been on all the high secure wards, Broadmoor, Gatwick, Springfield, all of them I've been in. And so I do know the mental health system very intimately, and very very deeply as well, so I know a lot about it. But one thing I will say is that they taught me some good techniques on how to maintain a healthy mind, and I'm just implicating those things that I was taught whilst in the forensic to my day-to-day life, doing things that keep me happy. For instance, I work on 3 different project areas that have smaller projects within them, and one of the projects that I've been working on since I've been maintaining a healthy mind and lifestyle, and just trying to study as much as I can, is that one of the projects I've been working on is music. So I don't know if you know anything about me. My name is Harmony Sage, but a lot of people know me as Sunsu, and I've been making music since I was a young boy. And a lot of people do know me, but know my music, but some people don't. And I'm a very skillful artist. I don't know if you listen to my music. You wouldn't listen to my music. It's on YouTube. It's Harmony Sage, AHMENUSAGE, and that's got all of my music on there. And I recommend if you listen with headphones. And Yeah, you can find not all of my music, but you can find some of my music on there. And so yeah, I make music, and I don't just make any type of cool type, just one type of music. I make hip hop music, I make R&B, I make trap soul, I make drill music, all sorts of music I make. And another project that I'm working on is that I make music beats, and I make hip hop beats, and I make luxurious beats, horror beats, R&B beats, drum and bass beats, garage beats, grime beats, trap soul beats. You name it, I've got beats on there for it. And some are using sound samples, and some of them are using some of them are from scratch. And what I like to do also in my spare time is to making beats. I also make relaxation music, and I've got all types of relaxation music on there, from Nintendo relaxation music to music from scratch to jazz, to manifestation, to different frequencies and vibrations, healing music, sleep music that I make on there. So I got my own music, and that's under Harmony Beats. That's AHMENUBEATZ, Harmony Beats, and that's on YouTube as well. And also in my other spare time, I like to make tutorial videos, music tutorial videos, software such as FL Studio, Cubase, what else? FL Studio Mobile, SoundForge, you know, other video softwares, all sorts of stuff. And I like to do ancient history documentaries, futuristic documentaries on demons, documentaries on beings from the shadows, documentaries on space, documentaries on mythology, documentaries on animals, documentaries on spirituality, documentaries on the spirit world. Documentaries about energy, all sorts of documentaries I've got on there, and it's one of them that I like as well. That's on there. Oh yeah, I also got story books where I tell stories, my own stories on there as well. And I got a story on there called The Seventh Son. And I've got other stories on there as well to do with other ancient tribes and civilizations and stuff like that. And so yeah, I do teaching as well. I teach a lot of stuff. And my teaching channel is for anyone really, but I do teach a lot of black knowledge, or should I say bronze knowledge. And that is, the name of that channel is called Nubian Kingz, 144 channel. That's Nubian, NUBIAN KINGZ, 144 numbers and channel. Nubian Kingz 144 channel, and you'll find all of my teaching videos on there, and you'll find that that's the channel that you're watching this video from. So yeah, I do keep busy. I have all those projects that I work on, and I have even more projects than that I've been working on. So I've been doing like some comedy programs. I've been doing more spirituality videos, videos on how to do ancient mudras and stuff like that. And yeah, so I've been doing a hell of a lot, man. And I've been staying active, and I get a lot of work done. Some nights I'm working throughout the whole night on stuff, and I have to remind myself to take that little break, you know, get some sleep, because it's good for my mental health. So yeah, man, I find that staying active and doing things and being very creative, the key word is creative. Because see, when you're working in a 9 to 5 job all day long, that's not spiritually fulfilling. Because you're creating for another person, you're basically spiritually fulfilling one person out there. When you work for yourself, you're spiritually fulfilling yourself. You're quenching your own thirst and desires. And I don't just say work for yourself, I say create. Working's a different thing, you're still fucking hungry. You create for yourself. So you create something yourself. The feeling that you get after you create it is better than any gym feeling, any feeling you can think of. And especially when it's a well done creation. You start falling in love with your creations, the things that you do. So I can see why if there is a God, why he loves us. Because he created us. So he probably fell in love with his creations. Just like we fall in love with our own work that we do. But yeah, man, so stay creative in it, stay doing stuff, stay active, you know, work on your projects. We've got a YouTube channel, upload videos to it as often as you can, you know, stay active doing stuff, and positive, constructive stuff, you know, and stay healthy, make sure you get that exercise done occasionally, from time to time, and you'll feel much more better in yourself. So these are the ways that I've managed to maintain a healthy mental health and balanced lifestyle, by changing the stuff that I do during the day, and listening to relaxation music sometimes at night, or even sometimes just not listening to music with words, and you know, just little things to just relax myself and take my mind off any stress that's going through my head. And I sit there, it's like I'm in a meditative state, even though I'm in a conscious state and an aware state. I'm still in like a sort of meditative state where I'm blocking out thoughts that are negative into my head and filling up with positive ones. So when a thought, for instance, like when a thought comes into my head, like, oh, this person's gonna attack you, I just think, oh, that person's gonna fail. You know what I mean? Whatever thought they think on me, I think the opposite on them, and balance out there and cancel out their thought. Then I start thinking other thoughts on top of that to smother their thoughts. Yeah, man. So yeah, make sure you stay mentally healthy, mentally well, and I want to share with you some experiences from when I was in the mental health and my mental health experience. And if you want my final analysis, I'm going to give it to you anyway. Drugs is fun, alcohol is a good time. But at the end of all that drugs and alcohol and smoke that you do, that you're taking, there's always a price to pay. And you know who pays it? You do. You pay. With a part of your body. A part of your body lost forever. You keep on abusing drugs and abusing certain things, you're going to lose a part of your body forever, whether it be your mind, your heart, whatever. You're going to lose a part of yourself. So when you lose that part of yourself, you're going to struggle to replace it back. You can replace it back, it's always going to be fractured. And that's when the mental illness kicks in. Live a healthy lifestyle, a good life, do the right things, do positive stuff, don't trouble nobody, and be kind to yourself and others, and watch your life improve. This is Armin Sage, and I've been discussing with Dr. Dorothy Anderson, who's been a lovely treat to have in the studio today, and she just gave a quick account. You know, she was actually someone that had been through the mental health, and while she was there, she studied lots of courses, became a doctor, and is now a doctor. And so she's achieved a lot. So I was glad to have her in the studio just to talk about her experience. You know, so she was one of the first people to be in the mental health, from one of the first periods of when the mental health was there. So she was there when the mental health building was being built. I'm joking now, but yeah, man. So don't worry, I laugh because she's left the studio now. She left shortly after that. She gave her interview. I think she had to go because I think she works in a hospital near Portsmouth, somewhere near there. So they go back there. But yeah, so I will be doing more videos on the mental health subject, the topic, where I talk with different mental health patients, you know, and have a free discussion about their experiences in the mental health, and give us some of my opinions. I've still got many more things to tell you. If you think that's all the stories I can tell you from the mental health, we're having a laugh, man. Keep posted. I'm going to do some more videos on this mental health situation and put it into a profile playlist. And so you can hear more different opinions about the mental health. We'll call it, what's the name of the playlist we should call it? Rich mental wealth. That's what I'm going to call it, rich mental wealth. Rich mental wealth. That's the name of these talk discussions with mental health patients. They're going to be known as rich mental wealth talk discussion. And that's why I'm going to write it down in this. For this video, it'll be the first one at the rich mental wealth talk discussions. So yeah, the name of this video has been Rich Mental Wealth Talk Discussions with Armin Sage. Thank you for listening. This is the Nubian Kingz 144 channel. Farewell.